Okay, this is crazy. Okay, I know that's not politically correct anymore, but you know what? I don't care. I'm just gonna say it. This chick is batshit crazy. Hi everyone, your buddy Gilbert here with another movie review. This time we are going to be reviewing 2022's slasher flick, Pearl. So I saw it last night on opening night because I love seeing movies on opening night. I live in Los Angeles, so we went down to the Regal Live and I didn't know what to expect.
Pearl.
What are we watching?
Pearl.
Pearl. Pearl is, for the viewers at home, what is Pearl about?
I don't know. I didn't watch it yet. I'm joking. This little girl in a small town wants to be a star, and I'm guessing she's willing to do whatever it takes.
Yes.
And ...
You should do whatever it takes to be a star in the worst way possible. So that's what we're here to watch. We're here in Los Angeles, and we're grabbing our snacks, and we're gonna get started. Spoiler alert, if you have not seen the film, this is not going to be a spoiler-free review. We're going to talk about the whole movie, and if that's not okay with you, then you should leave now. I'll give you time.
It's been so exciting to see the ripple of that.
So we're getting ready to watch this movie. Don't worry, we're not those people.
That is my hope.
It's just commercials.
This becomes not just seasons of rising
We're
voices,
fine.
but that this becomes a movement.
You can't see the wall clearly.
It's empty. There's literally like 4 people here, including us. First initial thoughts, she can act. This girl can act. The 2 things that really stood out to me was the ending monologue she gave to her sister-in-law when she just basically like word vomited everything out that she did and her relationship to herself, and really just talking about losing grip on reality and becoming someone who's struggling with not wanting to kill, but then realizing that it feels really good to kill, and then feeling actual remorse about killing her father because he was innocent, leading up to literally killing the sister-in-law who was right in front of her. That monologue, though, was so powerful to me just as a writer and as an actor, and just somebody who can appreciate great talent, because she just gave that full monologue going in and out like a roller coaster of all of her emotions. And I was just like, whoa, I have never seen that before. I want to look in the Guinness Book of World Records and see if that was the longest on-screen continuous one shot. It was one shot. They didn't cut, they didn't edit anything. It was one shot, which is a huge deal and a huge undertaking and a big risk as a filmmaker. Like, you got one shot, like that Eminem song, right? You better work it. And she did. And she gave us all of that emotion and all of that information going in and out of her thought process. I was blown away. That's a lot of talent. Probably helps that she co-wrote it, right? She might have even written that entire thing for her to say, but still, that's a lot. It was absolutely brilliant. And then, of course, the closing shot where she's just like this. Right? And then like the screen slowly circles in to close in the center. That was pretty cool. I really enjoyed that. First thoughts.
I don't even think I have a thought after that.
Was X similar to this?
Yes and no. I mean, it was dark by the same people, but different vibes.
Yeah.
Definitely different vibes.
You said it was A24, right?
A24, yeah.
Same production team.
I will say the acting is amazing.
Yeah.
And they didn't have many like crew members or cast.
No, they didn't. It was a very small cast. Yeah, I don't. Have you seen this girl before? Anything?
Oh, an X.
She's an X, the same girl?
She's like the star of X.
That's why you said the same universe.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I don't get how they're tied together yet.
Oh.
I guess some research.
We'll have to come see. More processing to go.
A lot.
So as it started, I started getting nervous because I'm thinking, I might actually be able to like resonate with this girl. I can relate to her. Does that mean I'm gonna be crazy? Because I feel like that's kind of the angle a lot of these horror movies take, right? Is trying to get empathy from you, trying to have you connect to the villain. Very much like Wicked, right? Where you know this person's evil either through another piece of work, it's a retelling, an origin story, which this was an origin story for X, but they want to make you feel like you can understand. And I was starting to feel that way because when she went into the barn and she was, you know, climbing on top of all the haystacks and was doing like her little, you know, yay, I'm performing. And I mean, that's just a lot of us that are dancers, actors, singers, right? We like set up all of our stuffed animals and get a shampoo bottle in our bedroom and we're rocking out. And all of a sudden, you know, in our minds, we can see the lights and hear the roaring fans. We sound like Whitney Houston. We're dancing like Michael Jackson, Madonna, Britney Spears. You know, we're the most popular star in the world. We give fake interviews to the press. I understand all that. So I'm like, oh, is that where they're going? Because I'm going to get really uncomfortable in my skin right now. But not to worry. Like 4 seconds into it, she started killing things. Like she started killing that goose. And I was like, okay, I can't relate to her. This girl's crazy. But then I rechecked it again when I met her mom and saw just how domineering her mom was. I was like, oh, maybe we are going to be like, oh, you better kill your mom. She's crazy. Like, yes, I do what you got to do. Get rid of her. I thought that was the direction they were going to go into. But then I realized quickly on as well that the mom's just doing what they have to do to survive. She kind of reminds me of the mother in Titanic, right? Is it Molly Brown? No, Molly Brown was played, I'm getting my characters mixed up. Rose's mom in Titanic. I just feel like these characters that are absolutely antagonists, they're like the villains, they're the people that we're not rooting for. They're stopping the protagonists, right? They're in the way, they're obstacles to who we are rooting for. But they have a way about them where it's like, I mean, I guess in their mind, they think they're doing what is right. And Pearl's mom comes across that way. She's trying to protect the family. They're trying to survive a pandemic. Watching a movie where people are wearing masks, talking about getting the germ, getting ill and all of that, it really did, it's crazy. Obviously, if I would have watched this movie 5 years ago, I wouldn't be able to relate to that. I probably would be like, wow, that's a weird way to live. But here we are in 2022 and I'm like, I know what that's like. I think they did a good job of making Pearl relatable and someone that you were, I don't know about rooting for, but you felt sympathy for at least. I know I felt kind of bad for her. But then again, she lost me when she starts making out with the scarecrow and then gyrating on the scarecrow. I was like, girl, this is so uncomfortable. And the face of the scarecrow actually looked like a person. It was eerie. Like, we all knew it was a scarecrow, but his face, I was like, listen, this is too much. Because there were these sexual undertones, I got really nervous watching her in the bathroom with her dad because I thought, please don't go there. Please don't kiss your dad because he's paralyzed. And she was like, remember she was like, grabbing his finger to see if there's any reaction. That was like right after the scarecrow moment. I was like, let's not go there. I don't want to see this girl do sexual things to her father. They didn't, thank God, because I might have left the auditorium at that point. I kept thinking, is he the guy from Misery? Matthew Sunderland plays Pearl's father in the movie Pearl, but I thought that that was actually James Caan. Is that weird? Am I the only one that thought that? If you've ever seen the movie Misery with Kathy Bates, she kidnaps, was it Paul Sheldon, her favorite author, and she basically paralyzes him by, you know, destroying his body parts. And there were shots where I thought that that was the same person. Now, this is like a 30-year difference, and I thought it was the same actor who looked the same age. So I was like, that's probably my clue that this is not the same guy. But were you getting the same vibes? I know I was. Come to find out that Pearl's mother, Ruth, played by Tandy Wright, was actually the one behind Pearl's craziness. Not only does she see the insight onto who Pearl really is, she's trying to suffocate it and trying to purge it out of her through work and obedience. And I feel like we're like, oh my gosh, she knows her daughter's evil. Well, yeah, because she, her own self, has that same dark fire in her. And when they start fighting together in the kitchen, like my heart was like gonna come out of my throat. It was so intense. And I thought that both of those actresses did such a great job. But I feel like once Pearl killed her mother, well, she didn't kill her right away, but once she immobilized her mother, I feel like that was the beginning of the whole big loop of things that she'd killed before that, but that's really what had made, I felt like, it gave opening to the birth of the Dark Pearl. Ooh, that sounds so like the Dark Phoenix, right? The Dark Pearl, because there was no going back. I felt like that was the point of no return, was when she killed her mom. I didn't want her to kill the projector guy. First of all, he's very handsome. He's very handsome. And I don't condone cheating on your husband, but I mean, he's really cute. So I can understand the temptation to want to. I actually thought that he was going to make a move on her, because when she's looking through, remember he's showing her basically like this like underground porn in the theater, and he's approaching her. I thought he was going to like assault her, and I thought she was going to kill him then, but no, he was a somewhat respectable person. And then when she killed him out in the field, I was like, girl, oh my gosh. When she put the fork through his mouth and then like stepped on it, I was like, ah, like so graphic. I feel like this movie approach was really all about making you understand that the people that are nuts, the people that are crazy, always feel justified, I think. Well, I don't know. It's not like I really get in the mind and hearts of a lot of serial killers, but I think that that's maybe the where the story was going, is that some people will go through any lengths to get what they want, and so much so that if someone tries to stop them, they gonna kill him. That's pretty much what this was all about, right? She wanted to feel like there was more to her life than just being stuck on this farm, caretaking for her father, and being bossed around by her domineering mother. I mean, I think that's a lot to put rebellion in really anybody. I didn't understand. Did you understand the thing with the alligator egg? Like, she took the egg from the alligator nest, and I didn't understand that. She crushed it, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, wasn't the whole point to, I don't know, birth the alligator in the nest and then have it eat all the animals? I don't know. But that cow was onto her. Did you notice that? The cow, the way that the cow was looking at her is like, I see what you're doing. You crazy. You're evil. You're wrong for this. She was like, don't look at me. Was it Betsy? I want to call the cow Betsy. Don't look at me, Betsy. If it wasn't named Betsy, it should have been. When she auditioned and didn't get the part, I thought that was going to be it. I thought it was curtains for those producers, right? For the judges, the casting directors and stuff. I thought they were going to be all murdered, but I was like, that's not really realistic, because there was all of that space between the two of them. She was from the stage, and how is she going to kill them all? I mean, that's just, she didn't have like a massive assault rifle or anything like that. She just had her own self, but it still was scary. And then with Misty, right, her sister-in-law, I think we're all supposed to be on the understanding that Misty did not get the part. We thought she would. Didn't we all think that? She's going to get the part, and then that's going to be why she gets killed, because she has everything. But then they took a weird twist where she didn't get the part. And she tried to tell that to Pearl, and Pearl was like, you don't have to lie to me. I know you did. And she's like, I didn't, girl, but don't lie to me. And she's like, okay, this crazy. If I don't tell a lie real quick, I'm going to die. So what do you do when your life is depending on you lying? Maybe you lie. I don't know. She said, okay, yeah, I did. And that's when she's like, oh, you get everything, don't you? It's like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get killed no matter what. Misty should have booked it right out of that house. I would have been like, listen, take your shoes off, girl. She's running in the, I'm like, listen, no. If I was Misty and I knew that my life depended on me not angering this girl, I would tell the truth in a very sincere way. And basically walk up to her and say, Misty, please, I need you to look at me and understand that what I'm saying to you is true. If I got the part, I know you'd be happy for me. I would not need to lie to you. But I didn't get it. I don't know, I feel like approaching her that way because she was vulnerable. Think about this too realistic. And maybe it's because I've dealt with people that are really crazy in my life. So that's what I would do to diffuse them. But Misty was like, she was a little too wishy-washy. I remember watching it thinking, girl, you're going to get yourself killed. But, I mean, that's what makes a good movie, right? Ew, and then the way she chopped her up and fed her to the alligator, that was so graphic. So I guess we're left with the big question when her husband gets home. What's going to happen to the husband? Is she going to kill him? Is he going to pull a Misty and not say the right thing, get himself murdered? With her talking to Misty, it clues us in, because she was talking to Misty as though it was her husband, right? As though it was Howard. So we know that she does care for Howard and that she feels a great deal of remorse and regret because, you know, she may have ruined it with, well, obviously she ruined it with him unless he's a serial killer too. I do see this as being one of those like cult classic followings because it has that feel to it. I don't know that it's going to be this massive pop culture famous slasher flick like Prom Night or Scream or anything like that. But I do see it having its like cult following. I don't know if I want to say if I enjoyed it. I feel like I'm still processing it. Is that normal? Don't you, after you see a movie, feel like you need to process it a little bit? I'm still processing because it was an experience. So out of 5 stars, I will give it a 3. I'll give it a solid 3. Because 4 to me is like a great movie. Like you must see it if it's a 4. That's how I would rate this. And then a 5 out of 5 is like the perfect movie, right? So I would give this a 3. I think it's good to see. I would say it's worth a watch if you like that kind of cult following. But if you're just like a regular moviegoer that just wants to see something and doesn't really want to see something too weird and eerie and creepy, because it's quite creepy and it's kind of eerie. And it makes you uncomfortable because it takes you somewhere. Like after it's done, you kind of like want to dust yourself off or whatever. I enjoyed more the individual pieces of it, but I think it's more of an acquired flavor. But I have to score it 3 high because it is very well made. It's very well written. The cinematography is one of the strongest things about it, and the acting is super strong. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that subscribe button, smash the like button, and drop me a comment. Did you enjoy this movie, Pearl? What was your experience? And what are your comments on some of the things I was talking about? Did you agree or disagree? Doesn't matter, I'd love to know. God bless you, I love you, and I will see you in the next video. Mwah. Bye.